Welcome everyone back to, I guess, the penultimate episode of this season, second to last. How's everybody feeling tonight?
Great.
Fantastic.
Feeling like
Good.
3 dubs in a row.
Hmm. I think we can all speak for each other when we say we know who's going first. But yeah, man,
And he called GRG. This man is crazy.
isn't that
Nah,
$20?
I was under the influence.
That's a
man.
you issue. No one told you to say that. But thank you again to everybody who's been, rocking with us from the beginning. If this is your first episode, welcome to Africans Talk Football TV. If you've been with us before, thank you again for joining with us, whether it's live, whether you're going to catch this a little bit later. It's Monday night here, and we have footy today, we have footy tomorrow, we have footy all week. So it's going to be one of those weeks where we'll be heavily on the socials, making sure we keep up with everything that's going on as it happens. But we just want to say thank you for tapping in with us now. Let's start with Champions League. Let's just get right into it. We have a big guest. We have a big group today. We have a few guests. Solo, who's been with us before, resident Man City fan, but we also have a new guest with us today. I'll do a small intro, then I'll let him introduce himself as well.
Amen.
Let us know who he supports. You probably can see already who he supports, but how long he's been a fan, a little bit about him, how he got introduced to the game and all that. But this is my homie Zion. I've talked about him before on this podcast because he's the only reason I've seen City games outside of watching them on my own. He lives here in Cleveland with me, and we have a local pub, in downtown Cleveland in Ohio City, West 25th, called Old Angle. Shameless plug. And it's actually a good pub to watch games at. They get a good crowd, and he's brought me up for a few City games. I watched both of the Chelsea Man City matches there, the 2-2 draw and the 4-4 draw. Both of them I saw with Zion. And then also the Manchester Derby. I saw the second of the two. And so it's interesting when you watch with someone that is a fan of a different team, especially someone that is a fan of somebody that is in the top four, because you actually get to see what it's like to be on the other side. Sometimes as an impartial, you don't really understand truly like their fandom, especially with Man City. We always say they have fake fans, but I'll just give it to Zion and let him know, to let you guys know just a short spiel, how long you've been a fan of City, when your fandom started, and maybe like your favorite moment.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it short. My name's Zion. They call me OVO Zion sometimes. Not in the current times though. But no, I've been a fan since 2012. I became a fan because I was a huge fan of Balotelli, not for his actions, but more so his play style. I probably have like six or seven Balotelli jerseys. Don't ask which teams, but because of that, I grew attracted to City back in the day, and then all their midfielders, Yaya Toure, David Silva, Fernandinho later on in the years. But yeah, no, I've been a big fan. And yeah, I'm just here to talk. Can I curse on this?
Yeah, okay.
I'm just here to talk some trash with my boy Solo. Let everyone represent. My boy Pep got this shit locked up. Excuse my language.
Oh no, go ahead.
Express yourself. I got a question for you though.
Hey, don't make it a hard question.
No. It's an easy one. Who won the beef, Kendrick or Drake?
We on the airways.
Just take your L. Just take your L, bro.
Paid by OVO. So Drake won.
Thank you.
On the low, Kendrick killing us.
Yeah. Not yet. We're bleeding. We're bleeding, but we good. We good.
Still alive. We're still alive.
Okay. Champions League though.
You're on mute, brother. You're on mute, good brother.
I was just saying thank you, sir. Wow, you on the YouTube too. Hey, run them views up, Solo. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Big up to those in attendance.
But yeah, man, so let's just get into it. We have a lot of people here today, and we like to talk, so we should just get into it. Champions League. I'll just say my piece. Shout out Dortmund, bro. Shout out Dortmund. I think we all last week said that we didn't think they would make it through. We thought PSG coming home for the second leg would be able to, just overpower them, show their class, and it was the exact opposite. I think Dortmund did exactly what they had to do. They scored first, they scored early, and then they just played defense through the rest of the match. And everything they've gone through this year, I think that sending off their main man with a Champions League would be some storybook ending for Marco Reus. But just their entire team, what they were able to do from the keeper all the way to their forward. I mean, Hummels, both legs, absolutely brilliant. I mean, you have to give it up for their captain. He played great. But what were you guys' takes from that Dortmund game? And then, we'll also get to Madrid as well. But I want to talk about Dortmund first.
Man, I just want to say, I remember when people said that the BVB draw during the group stages was easy for us. Now look at them. Now look at BVB. You never know who's going to make it to the final. You never know, especially with these, like some of these German teams, just teams that have like even some little bit of credibility in the competition. That's what makes Champions League beautiful. Just watching, you just never know who's going to make it. I just can't believe that a year after what happened with Sancho, that this is where he's at now. It's just like,
happy for him.
It's really, I'm happy for BV, happy for Sancho, happy for Royce. It's really, I got my team for the final. That's all I know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy about, honestly, this is what football is about. A team that is considered technically an underdog making it to the final. We love to see it. They've had a great run. They caught, like Cornelius said, maybe a month ago, they caught steam at the right time and just carried that throughout the tournament. So, yeah, no, I'm super excited for them. I think they will give Madrid more of a. I think they'll give them a go more than people think they will. Do I think they'll win? No, but do I think they'll give them a run for their money? I do think they will. This team is energized. They're young. They have players that are just on fire right now, and I'm excited for it. I don't think they'll win, but I'm excited for the final. I can't lie. At least it's not an all-German final. I might have not watched, but
yeah. Big up to them. They've been great all tournament. Definitely one of the dark horses of the tournament. Shout out to Jadon Sancho, obviously.
You have to.
It's crazy. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. But no, he looks happy. He looks focused, and I mean, he looks good. He's like effective. No bias or anything. But I just couldn't help but think you guys are gonna get destroyed in the final. But it's been a great story.
Yeah. Also, Mbappe is just disaster class, man.
Yeah, can we talk about PSG? Because
let's talk about
he was on clamps. I mean, he was clamped up both legs, away and home. He wasn't able to be Mbappe, or at least what we know him to be.
Yeah, he gets away with a lot of these like Champions League ghost matches because he's Mbappe. He's amazing, and I need to see him do some at Real Madrid and in the Champions League because he's as effective in the Champions League as Haaland has been, and Haaland has been, in my opinion, as ghosted.
I was about to say because that's another ghost. You talking about ghost?
There's a lot of ghosts
too.
It's another. We got a haunted house over there because it's Bellingham, it's Haaland, and it's because Bellingham hasn't had a good Champions League.
Last couple of rounds,
yeah. So it's just like all three of them are been. I think it's because like when you're that type of big player, people just like they like control you. They try to hold you and try to make sure you can't be effective. But
who I thought was very wasteful? It's Dembele. Yeah, I mean, complete useless player. I mean, some of the chances he missed, decision making, it was just nah. Like I don't look too much at Mbappe because he's their savior. He comes through for them every time. One game he couldn't get it done, or one I'll say.
No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Mbappe showed up multiple times.
Yeah, he has.
He can get a pass.
I can agree with the Dembele. I can agree with the Dembele take, but let's not try to
because first leg, who got the goal? Because first leg, who got
He
the
still
goal?
didn't play well.
Nah, well, who we need
I'm
to
not
talk
saying
about.
he played well, but if we're talking about having bad performances but still being able to do something, Dembele got the goal in the first leg, which helped. I'm not saying he didn't
score in the first leg.
You
You know who had a
Oh
bad
no, you're right.
performance?
You're right.
It was the Barca.
It was the Barca,
series.
yeah.
Nah, but he also deserves some blame. He doesn't show up.
I agree.
when they need
I
him.
can agree with that, but I don't like that. And Mbappe's a savior. So nah, man. Listen, I say this all the time. One of my coaches told me when I was a kid: big players play big in big matches. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your name is, bro. You got to play big in a big match. This is a big match. How many times have you been in this situation? How many teammates have you had? How many teams have you had, bro? How many play you had a Messi around you, had a Neymar around you, had a Sergio Ramos around you? Come on, fam. I don't want to hear it, bro. I don't want to hear it from him.
But we need to blame
So
the
you
real
could
person.
say you said what?
We need to blame the real person here.
You're
You're blaming Mbappe. We need to blame the real person.
Here we go. Who's the real person?
I don't know your first name.
Donnarumma.
Donnarumma.
Already knew
He
you
was
were
poor as well. He was
Please
poor as
step
well.
forward. You are single-handedly. He was as effective. You talk about playmakers, game changers. He was a game, just like Andre Onana was a game changer for us in Champions League. That guy single-handedly is the reason why they are where they are. 100%. 100%.
He hasn't been good the last couple of years.
Mbappe had one chance, two chance that he had a chance that hit the post. Okay,
That was first match.
What about in the second match?
No, he did get another one.
Yeah,
remember right in front of the goal,
right in front of the
deflection,
yeah.
and then yeah.
That was the moment where you were like, okay, like that was
It's
that was
not
the
their
big
day.
moment.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he missed
it's
a
not
wide. What he missed? There's a side by side that showed Mbappe the last 2 years in Champions League semifinals, right?
Yeah,
It was literally the same exact chance. The ball gets it goes square to him in the box, and he smoked both chances, bro. If we're gonna call you the best player in the world or one of, bro, finish that.
No,
I'm sorry, like,
bad miss.
and I'm not saying he's all to blame for this, but bro, like, I did not see you at all for 180 minutes. Like, you were silent for most of.
He didn't do enough. That's for sure. He didn't do enough.
And it's not good enough for me. Like when we talk about these players and such, we don't see Messi going missing for 90 minutes. We don't see Ronaldo going missing for 90 minutes. Do we?
Come on, man. A keeper.
I'm not. I agree. But we have to. If you want to be held in these regards, bro, we're gonna hold you to these regards. I'm sorry. We're gonna hold you to this standard. If that's the standard, we're gonna hold you to that.
So if this wasn't a Champions League semifinal, would you have a little bit more leeway?
No,
for him?
He still played.
Oh, that's unfair, bro. That's not unrealistic. Let's be for real, man.
Bro, he was getting like
Mike.
Like he gets
bro,
like
for how much Mbappe carries PSG.
Yeah.
So I hear what y'all saying, but then we talk about the World Cup final, and we talk about the highest pressure situation games, and what do we see him do? We know what Messi did. He showed up.
I just want to say
up. And again, he had other world-class players all around him. So it's not like he was the one who was supposed to show up. But when it's now the pressure is on you and we're expecting something, we need you to show up. We need you to be a big name player. And that's where I take Gabriel's side. That's where I'm with Gabriel on this, because
I want to add to that.
It's
a super team. Yep. France is a super team. Let's be real. They have a beast, like a top 5 player in almost every position. He's about to join Real Madrid again. Another similar situation.
Well, they're saying Mbappe needs Real Madrid. Real Madrid don't need Mbappe.
It's
I
like,
believe
oh
it.
no, yeah. Him missing chances won't be a problem ever again. It will never be a problem. Don't worry. It'll never be a problem ever again. I promise you.
And that's why Solo. That's why when you said I need to see Mbappe do something at Real, I'm like, bro, he's easily gonna do something at Real. They're gonna run the table for the next 4 or 5 years. It's clear, bro. They're doing it without him. In a year where they didn't know how the year was going to go, Jude Bellingham had the first half of the season on lock. And now that everyone's catching fire, they're in the Champions League final again. They're they're going to win the league again. So for them, they're looking at doing a double, possibly triple. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I say he's good with a super team. That's his thing. But we ain't seen him outside of a super. Well, we have with PSG, who's not a super team.
Correct. And that's why I said in times where we need the stars to shine bright, this is where we needed Mbappe to shine bright. And I'm not even saying you got to be good for 180 minutes, like Gabriel said. But for them 20 minutes, them last 10 of every match, when we need a goal, that's where I need to see you spark. And unfortunately, it didn't happen this year. You know what I'm saying?
He's still the best player in the world, right?
Yeah, to me, he is. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, him or Vinicius, but I would say he's over Vinicius.
I'd probably say Jude and probably Haaland.
And Vinny has to be up there.
Vinny's second.
I'm putting Vinny over Haaland.
Vinny has to be up there. Vinny's over Haaland for me. And you know, while we're just talking about Madrid, let's just switch over to that second game. It's so funny because
we told y'all.
I told Mike this. I told Mike, you know, we saw Madrid twice in a row in our Champions League runs, 2021, 2022. And when we beat Madrid the first time, I said we're winning. We're winning this. It doesn't matter who it is. If you can beat Madrid, you better believe you can win the entire thing, especially if it's the quarters or the semis, because that team is destined for greatness. Ancelotti raises one eyebrow and they score 2 goals. That's, I mean, it's Joselu.
The Rock.
You know what I'm saying? And I've seen it so many times. And we could talk about the missed call or the offsides that wasn't offsides. We could talk about the whole thing. We could talk about the whole thing. Absolutely. But before we talk about that, I just want to say Madrid just has Champions League DNA. And it's their tournament. And if you have the opportunity to face them and beat them, then you better believe that you can win the entire thing. Because at this point, you know, I'm 29 years old. I've seen Madrid win, you know, like almost every 3 years at this point. They're averaging almost once every 3 years since I've been alive. So for me, it's just when I look at that team, when I look at who they have currently, when I look at who they had in the past, when I look at who manages them, they're just a well-oiled machine and they live for this tournament. And shout out to Dortmund because they played them very well, or Bayern. Sorry, not Dortmund. Shout out to Bayern. They played them extremely well. That entire match. I mean, we were looking at an all-German final for a good bit of that match, and somehow, some way, they were able to get it away. But what do you guys have to take from that match? Because that's another classic I won't forget about. With everything that happened, the offsides call, everything, but that's just one of those matches where Madrid just did it again.
What did Mourinho say? Football heritage. Football heritage. That's all. I mean, it was, bro, we said it in the group. It was like we all knew it was going to happen. Like, right when they scored, we were like, yep, it's coming. It's coming. 2, boom, boom, just like that. But with all that being said, bro, these refs,
abysmal.
These refs.
We've been talking about it all year, so I'm glad we're talking about it again because it's not like something we have been talking about it all year across the
Madrid. Absolutely. I mean, bro, they came up with this new rule where keep the flag down till the play progresses, and then they leave it up when the guy is clearly off, and then when it's like so close, they put it up. Like, dog.
Perez.
Bro, I'm saying, let's just use the same technology they used at the World Cup. Why are we letting these guys still? Everybody knows it's too accurate, and we're going to have a lot of calls called back. We're going to have a lot of goals called back. And it's going to be accurate because we're not going to have some guy, Anthony Taylor, or whoever it may be, sitting up there, drawing lines to use. I mean, these refs, bro, I'm over it. I'm so over it that I don't even want to talk about it because it's ridiculous.
It is.
How can you call something that close that quickly?
For the first time, you know how rarely they call it early versus calling it late? They always they'll let a whole series of play happen.
To the point where we as fans get mad, like, bro, he was 10 yards.
Clearly offsides. Come on.
Exactly.
It
is what it is, though. It is what it is.
No, it's honestly ridiculous, man. And we never, they came out with the PGMOL was gonna say this, say that, and bro, when are we gonna start holding these refs accountable, bro? Like, when are we gonna start demoting refs and being like, all right, the strike system, you're gonna do stupid things. All right, bet you're not reffing Champions League for the next year. you're getting a fine. We're gonna cut some of your salary. Like, when are we gonna start doing this? Because the player yells at a ref, or player gets a red, or he does this on the third.
Or if a
fines.
player or a ref or a coach even attacks the ref in a presser, he gets fined.
Yeah,
but
it gets
the ref
fined.
can make an abysmal decision that changes the course of possible seasons. Not, you know what I'm saying? Like things have happened in week 10, week 15, week 16, 17, 18, to where you're like, that can change the course of our season, bro. You know what I mean? And I know it's early and we can still recover, but there are certain things that happen. And sorry to cut you off, Gabriel, but the thing that pissed me off the worst was after the match, they're saying this was the best the best reffing squad, not just the main ref, the ARs and everything. This was the best out of the Polish, the best out of the Champions League. And if the best of the best are making horrendous decisions in the most pivotal points of the match, then how do we expect a lesser ref to be better? You know what I'm saying? So for me, where do we go from here?
I know.
It's gonna be next is gonna be AI. It's gonna be a robot ref running out there. Honestly, because these, like I've said this before. I'm gonna just say it one more time, bro. These players work way too hard, bro, to let a third party go and ruin their season, man. And like I don't want to take anything away from Madrid at all, because they earned those 2 goals back to back just like that. But bro, Bayern scored at the end, like. They did. He wasn't offsides. He got a header, and it was a great finish. Like, it should have ended 2-2, and then let extra time be extra time. And however it goes, it goes. But to just blatantly just call offsides like that, knowing how tight it is, man, it just, bro. Honestly, it upsets me. Like it makes me sick to my stomach. Like, dang. So. Not saying that Real Madrid doesn't deserve to go through, but Bayern still has a chance to be able to go through as well. And you deny that chance just because of your power and the power that you have over the match. And I don't agree with it whatsoever. I don't. And Mike is 100% right. We need to go to these. I don't want to put people out of jobs, but bro, if you're too bad at your job, everyone gets fired. Like, come on, this is the world. If you're bad at your job, you get fired. If I don't produce results at my job, I'm getting fired. If coaches don't produce wins, they get fired. They get sacked. Why aren't refs getting sacked? Why aren't refs getting demoted to go to championship? Go to La Liga B. Like, this needs to be
La Liga B.
Like, there needs to be right. Bro, so any second tier league, like, there needs to be some type of repercussions, bro. There need to be some
send them to Saudi.
Literally, for real. Like, because I'm over refs ruining matches and ruining
every
matches,
week,
not only for the players, but then also for the fans. Like,
for the fans,
we could have gotten 30 more minutes of football, bro.
Yeah,
and we would have loved to see that
for free,
literally. So it's just. I don't know, man. It's sickening, honestly. It's just sickening.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else has anything to say about the match, about reffing, about anything in general, but
Harry Kane curse is real. That's the only other thing I would say. I feel bad.
Yeah.
That man.
I do feel bad for him.
Do you think he brought? You think he brought that Tottenham stench?
Of course.
Nah, he'll get it back. He'll get it next season.
I'm just shocked. I'm like, at this point, that's the only thing that's gonna stop us.
Bro, he had a phenomenal year. How many goals did he have? What was his GA?
I think he was almost over 40.
He was on.
He got close. He got close to Lewandowski.
In his first season.
I think the only way that y'all could stop City from winning a champion is by we need to get Harry Kane as our striker. Like, at this point,
transfer him over.
Like, they gotta make that happen. That's crazy.
No, that's him trying to downplay if they get Harry Kane. No, I don't want y'all to have Kane because Pep will turn him into what he needs to be, and I don't need that. So
it's too late now. They have the machine.
Yeah, I know.
Android 18.
Anyway, speaking of Android,
Champions League final once again is going to be June 1st. I believe at I don't know what time it is, but it's going to be June 1st. Everybody set your calendars. I don't want to say I got Dortmund, but bro, in a one-match final, I love the underdog every single time.
I'm putting the bet in. I'm going Dortmund. Don't miss some money.
Oh damn! You must got it. You must got
If I
it.
each Venmo me $2, I can put the money in. So
I'm not gonna lie, Dortmund spread would be a great bet. Just saying that now.
Might be
Dortmund's
plus
+1, +1.5.
Plus 1.5 easy. I might even
Love.
yeah,
point.
I'd
when
run it.
it hits, you can buy a bottle at the club with a sign that says Kansas City Premier League winners, huh?
That's funny.
But no, man, let's get into. We spent a lot of time on Europe, but let's get into our squads. We have a lot of boys here today. I know we all want to get a little piece in.
Yeah. Let's get to the roof leakers.
Oh, that was crazy. That was crazy. That was
City.
Wow, what's crazy about it?
A little piece.
Why do you care now? Why is it so crazy?
All right. Anyway. You know what? We'll start off with Chelsea because
no. This man lost and called GRG.
Oh no, you're right. We said that earlier. You did call GRG. And something small because y'all got mollywopped. It wasn't just
they got lucky. One, it wasn't enough. I can't believe how salty I was after the game. I'm like, man, I watched this for one go.
And so it was Arsenal versus Manchester United, of course. Arsenal needed to win this match because if they lose, City's going to take over. They're going to win. And I forget what the stat was, but I think in the last 16 times Arsenal has visited Old Trafford, they have not managed to get a win.
We've won 1 out of 16.
Or they've won 1 out of 16. The rest were either draws or losses. So, talking to Gabriel and, Yasser, our homie, who's also a resident Arsenal fan, they honestly, they were nervy the entire time. Like, to be honest, because we watched this match in Columbus, they were nervy the entire time. And this entire year, I really haven't seen them, like, nervy. And especially in 2024, Arsenal's been on a very good run, and I haven't seen them nervy. But, I'll let them take it from here. I'll start with Salam because you lost, obviously, at home again.
Theater of 9
minutes. Did you have real confidence when you said the GRG, or was it just...
What do you mean like we lost at home again? Where do you get it?
What do you mean?
Wait, what do you get again?
I'm getting at this the first time you've lost at home. Old Trafford is not a fortress, is what I'm saying.
Oh,
yeah, it's leaking everywhere.
Literally. I have videos. Rain.
Ew.
Drip. Splash.
Back in the day, you used to be the man. What happened? Damn, man. You guys suck. Nah, I'm looking at you like, yo, where's Salam at?
Even after all this time,
I was in high school the last time you guys won a championship.
After all this time, the envy still exists.
That's
Listen,
what y'all got.
No, I think the roof was a direct reflection of where we are. It's crazy though. It wasn't even so much the roof. Like the roof was something, obviously, right? But the way that the flood was going down the stands. You know what I'm saying? It's affecting the game to be like, it affects the game. You know what I'm saying? Look at the pitch. But
were you blaming the pitch?
No. I'm just saying. That,
club vibes.
I'm just saying that, like, that like affects the pitch. Especially at the rate.
Yeah, I seen it because Amrabat went flying. So
yeah, that's fine.
I feel you.
That's fine. That's fine. In regards to the game, obviously, I thought we would have a little bit more help back. I didn't realize that we would be out. Our captain, still no, just anybody coming back to play center back. Johnny Evans is injured, still played. Casemiro has been how he has looked the past, few weeks. So with them two back there, I knew it was going to be difficult. McTominay was our 10. I looked at the team. I was very surprised to see Amrabat start. because I don't know. We got him on loan this year, and we just don't play him.
It was
I don't
like
know.
a
That's
prayer.
Ten Hag's MO. He just brings in. You know what's crazy? You know what's interesting is we had Marcel Sabitzer last year. He didn't play at
Man.
all. He's in a Champions League final right now. We also
Talk
had
about it.
we also
Talk
had
about it.
Jadon Sancho, and he's in a Champions League final right now. But yeah, obviously, I knew that the introduction of Amrabat and McTominay coming back would obviously showed me that, like, you know, what we're going for in this game. I thought the game actually was a dead game, to be very honest with you, especially after you guys got the goal. I watched it back. I fell asleep towards the end just because nothing was really happening. But after Trossard scored, I just felt like you guys sat back and you guys defended. You guys still had opportunities on goal. So did we. I just wish, you know, Garnacho was a little bit you know, a little bit smarter, not so wasteful in front of goal. But hey, that happens when you're young. But yeah, man, I thought the performance was better than the Crystal Palace performance, considering we lost 4-0. But I just think that it's a, you know, I think that the 1-0 victory for Arsenal was deserved, and honestly, it just shows where the two teams are at the moment, whether it be on the field or off the field or around the stadium. But yeah, I didn't learn really too much. I mean, we were obviously shorthanded, but even with the players back, I don't know. I still don't see much.
So why you call GRG, man? That was my question.
Because I assumed people would be back. These people I'm hearing.
Who are these people?
No. Let me talk. These people, right? There's a few people, honestly, that I thought would come back. Lissandro came back into training. Honestly, last week they were saying that he was supposed to come the previous week. So him coming back this week, I assumed maybe where they're giving him an extra week off. The Crystal Palace game was on Monday, so we had more time off. So maybe even him missing the Crystal Palace game, maybe he can give us 60 on the weekend. Nope. Johnny Evans and Casemiro. So I thought we would at least have him. I thought Bruno would be back. Honestly, Luke Shaw was supposed to come back. He suffered another setback. Same with Rashford. I felt like those two.
Now you're grasping at straws with Luke Shaw.
No, I'm serious. He was supposed to come back. I'm dead serious. He was supposed to come back.
What did you call Luke Shaw?
That's not necessary. That's not necessary. No, that's not necessary. I just.
So are they all coming back for the FA Cup final? Magically?
Yeah, I mean, but again, like I think he'll probably be back for that.
All right, so Salam, I don't even know if Gabriel remembers this, but he brought up a good point, and I wanted to ask you, Gabriel, during the match, I mean, Casemiro had his difficulties at center back, and he said, "I'm still trying to figure out why Ten Hag isn't putting McTominay at center back and having Casemiro at center mid."
Yeah, you're getting.
Would you?
You guys
like how did no honestly
he did play center back for Scotland, right?
Honestly, no,
Yeah,
I'm being completely honest. No. I'm being completely honest. Like, I'm not even joking when I say this. Yeah. When Gabriel said that, I said I think that would work better for them. How do you don't think that would work better for you? Having a younger Scott McTominay, somebody that's a little bit more agile, a little bit more athletic.
I think as a center back, you are one of the players that touches the ball the most on the field. Scott McTominay as a midfielder has shown that he does not want anything to do with the soccer ball. So I do not want him to be a part of my defense. No, absolutely not. I do not want him to play. Even he doesn't even have the profile. Like, he's not even a defensive-minded player. He doesn't.
But he's literally, like Mike said, he's literally played that.
Done it for his country.
For his country.
So is Casemiro. On a very short.
Come on, bro.
Casemiro was back there with his ass.
Your hate for McTominay runs deep, fam.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Honestly, when Gabriel said that, I said I honestly think that would work better.
Okay, listen.
I honestly think it would.
We can debate.
That's why I wanted to ask you about it on wax. On wax,
we can debate the unknown. Maybe Amrabat would be a good center back too. Maybe we don't know. You're acting like
we're just saying anything random, bro.
I would rather, because he had Kambwala was on the bench. So I'm like, why not just play him? Even if
He did play second fiddle.
yeah, okay, so why didn't he start? Like, why not just play a
That
center
has,
back?
that
Why
has
not just
nothing
play
to do with me. That's your manager. I'm
okay,
asking about
okay, so
two players.
now you're denying that has nothing to do with you. You're the one that asked me the question. I'm answering you the question.
I'm asking.
You said Gabriel
specifically-
said that Scott McTominay should wear to play as center back, and I said no, he shouldn't be. Why not just start a center back?
But
An
but
actual
who did
center back
but
there?
who did
I
Kambuala
agree
start
there.
for? Johnny
Why not
Evans
just start a center back?
come in for Johnny Evans. He didn't
Because
come
Johnny
in for
Evans was
Custom.
hurt.
I agree.
Okay.
Now, Salam, that's something I can agree
That's
with. I
something-
can agree that the academy youth should have started. But if you're gonna start this lineup,
If you're not going to start Kambuala,
yeah, I don't understand. If someone plays for country center back, I don't understand why you wouldn't put him at center back. It just and then put the defensive mid at center back and then put him at defensive mid. I personally don't understand that decision. I think that's a poor
So you would rather put you wouldn't rather put the defensive mid at center back. You'd rather put the center attacking mid at center back instead of putting the defensive minded midfielder at center back.
Bro, Scott McTominay does not play at
center
10.
back.
No, I'm just because it sounded like a second ago we were having a conversation about logic here. So logically,
you should
The defensive
logically you should start
midfielder-
Kambuala.
the
Logically, you
defensive-
should start Kambuala.
okay, but logically,
we all
but that's
decide-
not.
we-
But that
we all-
wasn't the case. That's what I just
okay,
said.
so that's
what
why
said
I
a
didn't even
second
bring
ago.
him up. My point was, if you're going to start both of these men,
Yeah.
why do you not start Casemiro where you know he feels more comfortable and start McTominay where, again, McTominay is a center mid, whether we want to slice it one way or another. But he starts there for country, and we've seen him start there for
And
United
played
as
well.
well. It's not going to be his first time.
Me personally, I'll let you go. Me personally, I think that putting Casemiro back in the midfield is a disservice to Casemiro because he has shown that physically he cannot keep up with the pace.
He can't keep up anywhere, obviously.
At least
now
at
we're
center
saying-
back, he's a little bit more protected and has more help there.
For what?
Especially with the way that we play. play.
Salam, did you see the goal?
So what you're saying now is
That's why the goal was because he was hanging back.
his best
Literally,
position-
like,
his
what?
best. You're saying Casemiro's best position on the pitch with that starting 11 is at center back. That's what you're telling me.
I think no. I'm saying based off of what the team needed. I think that he was the best served player at that position. That's what
Okay.
I
I ain't gonna, and that's why Ten Hag is at where he's at because he's
No,
making
that's not- it's
stupid
not because
decisions.
of-
Salam, but my only question: are you still Ten Hag in?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's my manager. Shout out Ten Hag in the tan suit. Yeah, shout out. No.
I will
Again,
say,
I just don't understand. My last point. I just don't understand. Like, what's good? What's gonna change, man? Nothing's gonna change with these players. So you get rid of this manager, and what? He needs more time to evaluate the players that we have. No, man. Get rid of the players first, and then we can reassess. Okay, we have a year left with him anyway. Just let him stay for the year.
You know some.
Let
You
him
know some.
stay.
You know some. You know.
let these other guys stay. Why not just let him stay?
Salam. You know some of these men he brought in though, right? You know Mason Mount he brought in, right? You know Anthony
Yeah.
he brought in, right? You know
Yeah.
Sancho he sent out, right?
Yeah, I know.
You know Ronaldo he sent out, right?
Yeah,
So
I
you're
know.
sitting here telling me I don't want this manager. At least with my manager, I saw signings and I was like, all right, these kind of make sense, bro. These decisions that he's making do not make sense, bro.
None of them.
Well,
Then they don't make sense.
None of them.
They,
All right.
they make zero sense.
I
You
understand.
want to
You're
talk about
a
logic?
you're a rival fan. You want to see us where we are. I just don't want to see,
No,
Luke Shaw back at left back, Rashford back on the left wing.
No, the
I don't
world
want
is
to
better
see
when
the
United
things
is
that,
good.
Yeah, no, bro. I'm cool on that.
You rather see
no
Delo
one
and
wants
these
to
men.
talk about the good things that
center
he
back.
does, though. But it's fine. I won't. You can. You can.
Oh,
say
tell
about
us.
those
Tell
things.
us.
What are the good
What
things
are
that
some
he
of the
does?
good things?
Please.
Tell us.
Ten Hag has more trophies than Arteta.
Salam, tell us.
Hey, Solo, don't do
Arteta
that.
has an
Solo.
FA Cup.
Don't do
Stop
that, Solo. Don't do
You
that.
don't
I'm
know.
the instigator. I'm
Don't
sorry.
do that, Solo.
From Ajax?
you
Talking
go-
about from Ajax?
I'm about to go on demon time.
From
don't
Ajax.
do that. Don't do that.
In
Look
Ajax.
look at what he
Sure.
has done with the youth. Look at what
With
he
the-
has done. Our best
He's one
player
right now.
Mano is going to play.
Oh, no youth. Nobody talking about no Ajax. What has he done at Manchester United? Not a damn thing. He's made.
I'm talking about our players. Our best
What?
players are
No,
youth
the
players.
youth,
Our
the
best
two
players.
guys that play regularly, they were going to play. There was no
No,
manager that was
no.
going to come in.
You didn't
that
know
was
who
going to
Kobe-
hold
you
that
did-
talent
you-
back.
Did you know who Kobe Manu was? You didn't know who Kobe Manu was.
I didn't know who he was, but
We didn't
clearly
know who he was.
there was
one
no
know who he
manager
was.
holding him back.
Okay, so don't
There
talk
was
to
no
me
manager that
about
was gonna hold
they
him
were going to
back.
go play.
Hey, he
Did-
won the
did-
energy drink cup last season, so he got something.
Okay, I mean, I'm just saying it's a you feel me? You feel me? Ain't it?
You say he talks. He brings up the youth, but he still didn't bring on the center back to start against Arsenal. Make it make sense, bro.
It's crazy.
Your logic ain't logicking, bro. He brings up the youth, but he brings up the youth. He's developing the youth, but then the youth player as a center back starts or doesn't start. It sits on the bench while Casemiro holds the line from the PK
and
spot.
against a very fast Arsenal. Team. Arsenal's not a slow team.
And then you say, think logically. Think logically. What is logic about that, bro? You have a center back. All right, bro. You got it.
You were the one that just told me that we should put McTominay at center back. You're talking to me about logic.
I'm talking
the logic was to put
that would have definitely.
I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you.
Go ahead.
First of all, this is two different conversations that we're having. Now you're trying to bring something from what we were talking about before, and you're trying to twist it to how it's going to help you, though. Because I'm talking about how he's done well with the youth. And before I even said anything about why not just play the center back, you were the one that suggested that we should play the guy who hides from the ball
this lineup.
What logic does that make, Gabriel?
Logically,
what logic does that make?
No,
so I agree with Gabriel.
Started the youth.
You agree with Gabriel, or you agree?
No, I agree with what Gabriel is saying. If he was starting that lineup,
okay.
Go ahead. Hold on. If logically, the logical answer is start the youth men who've already started in Premier League matches. That's the logical answer. Okay, 100%. But I said logically, if you're going to start this starting 11 and play with your guys and more senior guys, logically it makes no sense for Casemiro to go out of position and take a man who has played that position at a high level and as a DM when he can be comfortable as a center back. That makes no sense. That makes zero sense to me. Casemiro who's been off of it, and a more youthful Scott McTominay, which we have Trossard, we have Kai Havertz, we have Saka, guys who have pace, and you're going to put Casemiro there? Make sense to me.
I'm not convinced by a McTominay performance versus Cyprus. I just don't. That doesn't do it for me. I don't. Motherfuckers be talking about, he played against Belarus and San Marino. He had an 8 out of 10 on Sofa score. Man, I miss me with that.
No. I 1000% agree with Gabriel.
And
if you watch that Crystal Palace game and you thought he could hang with it, come on, Salam.
So all of a sudden, we're okay. That's fine. That's fine.
We saw that
honestly,
game,
Mike,
and
that's
you really
what I said.
thought he could play
I
that
hadn't
again.
even thought of it, and Gabriel said that. I'm like, yo, you're not wrong because I've seen it for United and I've seen it for Scotland. It's not like this is Scott's first. It wouldn't be his first time. Man, when I said
exactly.
That. And I don't even know if Gabriel remembers saying it. I just said I'm going to bring that up to Salam because I think it's a good point. Personally, as an impartial. I don't give a fuck about. I don't care about Arsenal. I don't care about United. I hope you both lose. But at the end of the day, I think it's a good point that I want to ask the resident United fan. So
I back my man. That's
if
what
you
I'm
don't
saying.
believe it, that's cool. But you know,
anyways,
Eric Ten Hagen, man. Eric Ten Hagen. Nothing's going to change with the current crop of players that we have. So,
and the Mendem he brought in too.
The Mendem that the youth players that he's brought in, and bro, we'll be fine.
Okay, so you're giving him credit for how he's developed the youth, and then what else?
Look, we're in the final this year. This is one of the worst years that
two finals or three finals. Okay,
so we're being competitive in the cups. So that's more than some, man. I mean, I'm just saying. We're looking at.
You want a participation trophy?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just saying. I'm looking around and I'm looking at some men's first and second season, and I would say we're either right on par or even better. Look at yourself.
Arteta got an FA Cup though.
Arteta got an FA Cup. Yeah, Arteta got an FA Cup. But hey, I got an energy drink cup. So we won and
Let's get off United, bro. This bum team.
Anyway, let's talk.
Next year's our year. You know that.
Next year's your year, bro. You'll be 8th again next year. What are you talking about?
Stop it, Gabriel.
Bro, we can put a bet right now. You're not going over 6th next year.
No, they're gonna get Frankie this summer. They're gonna get Frankie.
Right, this is the summer they get Frankie.
Hey, I'll make you a bet. would you say we'd be 10th, right? You want to bet on 10?
Ronaldo's
bet on
coming
10
back.
for us again? Yeah.
Ronaldo's coming back. Ronaldo's coming
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
To
yeah.
be honest,
Mike.
y'all
Yeah,
could use
Mike.
him for real.
So before we officially started, some of the newer members of the podcast were getting to know each other, these resident City fans. And I heard, Solo say it's funny because Chelsea, if they win, they could catch Tottenham. And I've been telling Mike all year, we can finish 6th. I told Mike all year we could finish 6th. If you look at Tottenham, they're 6 points ahead of us right now, right? Goal differential is exactly the same.
Yep.
So if they lose out and we win out, we finish in 6th place. That's all I want to say about Chelsea. I don't even want to talk about our game against Nottingham Forest. I'll say this. I'm glad that we saw Reece James play.
Yep.
That shows me that he's healthy and that he's willing to be on this team again. That's all that shows me. Because to me, Malo Gusto is still – that's crazy. Malo Gusto is still my starting right back until proven otherwise from Reece James.
I like the way he played them, though.
I like the way he played them as well. We were able to do what we had to do. Everybody got rotation. Okay, good. That's crazy.
Wow.
This is a PG-13 show. That's a little
wow.
That's a little wild. That's a little wild.
But, my God.
But no, man, I just
no jersey.
That was crazy.
Welcome to the pod.
Yeah. Wow.
You got to be a little bit more selective on them. That's crazy. No,
He's
but
a Man United fan too.
As far as Chelsea goes, I know last week I said if it's not a clean sheet, then it's not a positive, week for me. But this week actually showed me that we could be resilient and still get the dub away from home. I know it's Nottingham Forest. I know they're at the bottom of the table. I know this isn't a team that, should be giving us that big of a threat if we want to be the Chelsea we are. But you good, bro. Just mute.
Yeah.
But at
turn the camera off. Damn. Yes. He's behind the camera right now. Just loud.
Yeah, facts. But at the end of the day, bro, like this was a good win for Chelsea because we were able to play all 90 minutes away from home and still get the dub. Yeah, his tendons are made of, I don't know.
They said,
paper
what
mache.
Did Yasser say? No, wet napkin.
Yeah, paper mache.
Falling off the bone,
it's both the same. It's both the same.
Disrespectful.
But yeah, Mike. I mean, as far as Chelsea's win, what does it mean? So I want to ask you, do you think we catch Tottenham? Because I think we catch Tottenham.
I think it's possible.
I really think we do.
Nope.
Yeah, it comes down to the last game. If Sheffield can do a job for us, that would be great. But
who do they play? Sheffield.
Yeah, they play City tomorrow and then Sheffield away. Actually, at Sheffield, so should be interesting. But
I hope they play all their youth players.
I love it though. Speaking of our game, the Reece James substitution. I mean, it was beautiful. The way everything just fell into place. I don't have any complaints. I'm still Poch out, but at this point, same Poch out. I just look like a hater. But
so
I don't want to start over. I don't want to start over. So at this point, we'll just deal with it.
Why are you Poch out though?
Maybe I'm just biased. I just need a personality, a coach, a figure in that locker room. But they seems to be rallying around him, so just got to let it go.
So for me, I need consistency back in Chelsea, bro. Yeah. Last year we went through 4 managers, and if it were up to me, we'd still have Tuchel. Yeah. Seriously, like if it were up to me, we would 100% still have Tuchel, but for whatever reason, we got a new manager. The new manager wanted to get rid of him because he wanted to, or a new owner. We got a new owner, and he wanted to get everything rid of the whole Abramovich era and start his whole new thing. And we are where we are now. It's 2 years later, and we're finally like regrouping, I believe. Yeah. And so for me, I just think we need consistency. I don't know what it is about Pochettino, but he's usually decent with younger players. He's good. He gets on their side We've seen it at Tottenham. You know, what he was able to do at Tottenham is good. He actually brought Tottenham up to a place where people would actually give them some little bit of respect. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, if we can even get and trust, we're already way better than what Tottenham was when Poch was there.
Yeah.
We got to a cup final this year, albeit we didn't win. We got to a cup final this year. This second half of the season, we're seeing some sort of resurgence. You know what I mean? We got a Cole Palmer who now has 30 plus GA in the league, not to mention what he was able to do in the cup tournaments as well. So there's a lot of positives I see. For me, it came a little bit too late. It took him until week 28, 29 until he was like, oh, okay, let's get on our horse. Let's start doing this. But at the end of the day, if he can keep this momentum through the end of the year, we get a summer, we get hopefully a lot of guys out who are dead weight and maybe a couple more players in. This could be a very, very, very formidable team for next year. And I'm not ready to just kick our coach to the curb after we may finish top 6. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what we need to do. I don't.
I don't
love him at all. Like I've been on this podcast and I've been saying it, but what he's shown me in the last 2 months has given me a little bit more excitement about possibly what he could do next year. Now, this is his first full year. If we're ready to sack him after a year, who are we going to get next? And do we expect to have the same sort of season with whoever the next guy is? That's how I am. So for me, like he's not the best manager in the world. But what he's shown me is that he can take a group of ragtag kids, put it together, and actually give us something to be excited about.
Yeah, I mean, get me Europa, and I'm 100% behind you. If you get me Europa, we'll keep it pushing. But you know who I want. You know, there's one man. Actually, there's two. You know,
Nagelsmann?
Nah, Tuchel and Jose, bro. Come on, man.
I think they're both.
To be honest, Tuchel's the one I want because he knows what to do with Pep. Nah, I'm just saying he knows what to do with Pep.
And I know them boys over there.
They know.
All right, Trini. You're saying that while you're sitting below both of us on the. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, he's Trini's Eric Ten Hag out. I guess like Mike is Poch out too. I think you're Poch in, right, Cornelius?
For now, I mean, I don't want.
I mean, if he gets to Europe,
Dude,
I'm definitely backing him.
There's no point in us sacking him.
Starting over. I know. There's just no point.
With our luck, we'll go get somebody even worse, and then we'll have to start from scratch again. Like we saw, we saw what Graham Potter did. We thought he was going to be the next best thing since sliced bread, and we went through 3 managers after him. So for me, it's like I don't.
Yeah, it's fair. I understand.
Bro? What's the point?
Hey,
what's the point?
I got a question for you. Has Jackson convinced you he could be a starting striker and at least a backup next season?
No, he's going to be our striker unless we get somebody better. And I've always said there's a player there. What I don't like about him is the basics. I feel like he needs to get better at the basics. Yeah. But he has 12 goals in the league, albeit one of them was a fraudulent hat trick. I won't forget about that fraudulent hat trick.
No, 14 goals.
He has like 12. Oh yeah, he probably has 14. So he has what, and a lot of them goals were fraudulent. But if he's able to show me this as a fraudulent 9, I can't wait to see what a decent 9 will give me. Maybe it'll be 18 goals. And then once he gets good with Cole Palmer as his 10 or his 8, maybe he'll get 21 goals with Cole having another 25 GA season. And that's what I believe this Chelsea team can be. Like, that's what I'm looking forward towards. Because if this is one of our down years and we're still fighting for 6th place, fighting for Europe, we have a player with 30 GA in the league fighting for a golden boot. Cool. This year's over. This year's been a wash. Yeah. But next year, you're going to be talking to me different because I'm going to be talking to y'all different because we're going to be not at 10th place 5 games into the year. We'll be higher on the table, and that's the hope I have for this Chelsea team. That's what I'm starting to see. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, bro, if
so to answer your question, yes, I think Nicholas Jackson can start in this league. He needs to get better at a lot of things, in my opinion. But for me, if he's scoring goals, that's what I want my 9 to do, score goals. There's a lot of 9s in this chat right now that don't have as many goals as him. So I don't want to hear
You're not talking about my boy.
I'm not talking about if the shoe don't.
Nah, they know
fit,
themselves. They know themselves.
Yeah.
Hey, like I said,
You know what
I
I'm
want my supposed starting 9. I've been wanting him gone. So
Yeah.
y'all ain't saying nothing new to
Yeah,
me.
yeah. But for me, I've always seen a player in him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
This whole
I
year,
mean,
he does a little too much sometimes, but there's a
bro,
player.
that's exactly what I
There's a
told you. I
player
said,
there.
Jackson just needs to keep it simple. Keep it simple, we'll be fine. If this shit player is giving us 14, I'll take it. If this is him shit and he's giving us 14 goals, yeah. If he's better, he's definitely banging 20.
Yeah, my striker's trash.
And I'm not saying he's going to go from 14 to 20. But he can go from 14 to 18.
I think we keep playing, we build that chemistry. He's going to be fine.
And Zion, I heard what you said, and I don't know if anybody else caught it, but I did because I've been waiting on CK, Christopher or CN, Christopher Nkunku.
Yeah.
Do not let him stay healthy because we will be an issue. I've been
Are you
saying
saying
that
Cartoon
since
Network?
last year, and they all know it. They all know it.
Get out of
He
here.
is going to unlock our team.
Let me tell you
That
something
guy
crazy.
gets healthy.
Cole Palmer already did that.
Let me tell you something crazy.
No.
Nkunku's played 8 games this season and still has more goals than Anthony. 8 games, though. 8 games.
I don't know what you get from this.
What do I get from this?
I mean,
How much was Anthony? Anthony was more than Christopher Nkunku.
Before
how much was Ezra?
Yeah. So before we move on to City, I'm just saying we've seen a very, very small sample size of what Christopher Nkunku can do. And if he's healthy, I'm just saying it's going to be an issue for the league. It's going to be an issue for the
stay
league.
healthy.
Y'all talking all this just to be 7th next year, man. Move.
You said we were going to be 10th. Now you moved to 7th. I like. If we move 3 places from where we at right now, we're top 4. So
if we finish 5th, I mean,
that's
you
all I'm
guys got
saying. We're
finishing. Apologize.
We're improving. We've gone from 12, we've gone from 12th place to 7th place in 1 year.
I'm about to do what Zion just did. Just get up.
Yeah. Look at Pep. Look at Pep right now.
Yeah,
he's out looking at you. Looking at you like Pep right now.
I want to move on to OVOZ's team and ATSC Solo's team, Manchester City.
I say so.
Shout out, man. City, once again, we say it every year. You guys are annoying. You guys.
Yeah. Hey, Cornelius, I got something.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
So, Salam, you can mute him because
he said, I don't even know.
Hey, pack it up. Pack it up.
He got He got a whole suitcase.
Pack it up.
Oh my goodness!
He got me looking like Pep right now.
Yeah, he was thirsty to get that joke off, just like Pep drinking that water.
I'm just tomorrow. Hey, no excuses.
You gonna let us
because we know how y'all get when you get to London.
You gonna let us talk?
No, so I mean,
save your preview for later. Just save your
good weekend. We had no previews yet, but just off your most previous match, I mean, takes on it.
I think it's business as usual. We got the 11. When I see Kovacic in the lineup, I know Pep is going for more, trying to be safe defensively. Like he doesn't have, what's his face, Jack Grealish and Mr. Doku out there on the left side, and he does this weird thing where this boy Vardiol just creeps up. The way he was playing like a winger. I mean, he's been doing that a bunch of games, but that first goal, like, I thought the game was at 7:30. I woke up like probably the 30th minute because me and Cornelius had a wild night on the night. But anyways, the way he like creeped up and did the 1-2 with KDB, like I don't see a lot of like left backs doing that, at least in the Prem like that. So I was like, this is sexy. I thought it was going to be some sort of bullshit like goal. And then you just keep watching the game. And, one thing I got to say, what I liked about this team and what Fulham did and what the last 2-3 games, they've been playing us full out. Like they haven't been doing that, put 11 man in the box and we got to pass it around the back. They've been playing us full out. And then you see what happens when you play us full out. And that's why I really enjoyed the game. I think this is the set team for the last 2 games of the season. I think, I like what I saw out there.
So how about you?
Yeah, I mean, like Vardy old. I mean, it's crazy. He hasn't been even playing in his position. He's been playing out of position, and so and he's 22. You know, that's just an insane thing to. That's an insane thing to keep in mind.
Hey, talk to him, Trini.
Hey,
Talk to him.
And you know, like with him too, with Vardio, like he reminds me of how Frimpong and Grimaldo been playing at Bayer Leverkusen, where he's just, I mean, they both got like 12 goals. Man, they talking about 115. Listen, don't laugh, Chelsea fans. Y'all in the FFP bag with us.
Hey man, you on your own.
Hey,
You on your own.
chill. You know,
115.
hey, you never know who's watching. Relax,
I heard y'all had to
relax,
show a
relax.
hotel, bro. What's going on there?
But you know, like another thing too is Foden just continues his run. He's been doing good. I want to keep like the thing is one thing I want to see with him though is that he's really when he gets a goal, he plays different. You just see him start asking for the ball from the Ederson. He'd be like, "Yo, give me the ball." I'm like, you gotta have that energy the whole time.
He should though.
He should, and you know that you had to keep that energy up the whole time, and I think, I think it's another game. I mean, it's Fulham. We're expected to be beating them at this point, so can't be too 3 too much into this. It's weird watching my team play like once a week now. I don't even know what that's like. You know, usually I'm like I was like, oh wait, we not in the Champions League time around. Like what we doing? But yeah, we keep going.
I would say Haaland had a couple of shockers off his left foot, which I was looking at it crazy, and was lucky it was an early game, so you know people weren't really watching it. But that was like, if that was that like 12:33 o'clock game, I get fucking snippets of it. Like, Haaland went ghost again. It was a shocking display from him, but you know I'm not worried about him. I think he'll show up these last 3 games of the season. Like he said, Foden again was crazy, and was crazy on that. You know, usually when a player gets like knocked out, it's small ass Bernardo Silva. You know, he gets cleaned out with a clean tackle, and Foden just picks it up and slots. I think he slotted it to the left with his right foot. Yeah. So I mean, I just like, I like the team chemistry. If you look at our videos, I know it's all PR, but them boys are laughing, smiling, having fun.
Playing with kites.
Yeah, like they're just chilling. Like I hate to be super confident, but that game was just business well done.
Business well done, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, whenever you see Emerson laughing and smiling, you're in a good spot.
Oh man,
that man.
Yeah,
that's there's a left back.
Okay, so speaking of Foden, can we talk about the nominations? Player of the year, young player of the year.
That's crazy how y'all just gonna skip over the first place, but it's cool. Y'all have y'all time, man.
Oh no!
We ain't talking about my team at all, but y'all cool. Y'all have y'all time.
Save the first for last.
Let's save that. Let's go to Arsenal. I'm sorry.
We should definitely give them their time. They
in the league.
You have 24 hours, but go ahead.
I yield my time to the pod. Go ahead.
Let's go different.
I was gonna say we could touch on Arsenal. I know we did during the United.
We didn't touch. On nothing.
I got questions.
Because I had a question. I had a question for City before we went to Arsenal.
Go ahead.
We can do that. Yeah, we can.
Because my question was for both of them. City, do you win out?
Yeah,
Your voice register went a whole octave up, so I don't believe you.
Spurs away is a tricky game, but
because they did the double on you last year, so they're
tricky. They're a tricky team for us, and we haven't. I don't think we beat them in the stadium yet. But right now, the Spurs at this point has not been the Spurs I was going crazy at the beginning of the year. Like Ange, I think has to recalibrate or something because
there's the big factor.
Big age.
Yeah,
that's the game changer.
April 13th, 4-0.
AP, real AP.
2-0. 4-2 loss. 2-1 to Burnley. Burnley scored first. I think it's wrapped up for Tottenham. And then also if you look at with Aston Villa not like securing those points today. the streets are saying that they're not going to just do that shit where they just sit in the box. Like they're going to try to, play us full out and go for the win. And that's
high line.
that Chelsea versus Tottenham.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And my boy going to eat up if he does something like that.
Yeah.
When I say my boy, I'm talking about Holland. Put respect on his name. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a little nervous. I'm gonna get to the pub at 2:30 and get a couple of drinks down just to soothe myself. I think tomorrow's gonna be our toughest game, but I think next Sunday, this West Ham game, like I saw the Arsenal West Ham game at West Ham 5-0. They're walking out of the stadium. Like that's the type of shit I'm expecting. Not to walk out of the stadium, but I think it's just going to be business is business. Like I honestly think these boys, like I said again, these boys, they're ready. They're smiling at practice, having a good time. Like it's all locked up.
What's crazy? What's crazy? The goal difference between City and Arsenal was it was wide for him. We closed that gap quick.
Is it like 4 now or something like that?
It's 3, and if we tie, let's say tie against Tottenham, and it's just a shootout on the final day of who can get. We had to score like 4 or 5 goals. Listen, the PL script writers put me on the payroll. I'll give you all the greatest.
Hey, you know what? We only
are on the payroll.
We only got there.
You guys are. You on the payroll.
We only got there because Vardio knows when not to take a pen and not to argue with his other team members. He would have been the first center back to score a hat trick in the Premier League. He gave that up. That's crazy. He gave it to the pen taker.
Yeah,
he's 22. He's young. He's young. Alvarez is young too.
I think
that was a blip. That was a blip. It hasn't happened since. I mean, it was just a one-time thing.
Okay.
Yep. And KDB.
They're arguing. Nunny, Nunny V. Nunny V complaining.
Man, he got Ruby Rose in his phone. Like, why?
He was IG pics, man. He was IG pics.
He got Ruby Rose. Like, why didn't you take the shot?
You on cam.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
For sure.
Anyway, the boys in London.
Yeah, Arsenal boys. I mean, for now,
Arteta's men.
I mean, we talked a lot about the match, but as you said, I'm going to ask you the same question. Do you win out?
We win out. Like I said, we're going to win out.
He got one game left. What do you mean win out? You got one game left, right?
Yes,
yep.
But
correct.
Win out.
But it's still. Do they win out?
Yeah. It's a valid question.
We've said this last week. I know Zion and Solo didn't hear me say this, but
okay.
In a year that we go 17-1-1, or 16-1-1 in 2024, if we so happen to lose a title by a point, so be it.
Yeah.
If we went out and we went 16-1-1, so be it. And the only match that I'm really looking back crazy at is Fulham did the double over us this year, and that's the reason why we're going to lose the title. Fulham literally did the double over us. I don't look back at like really any moments.
The Villa game?
The Villa. We're starting Zinni. What do you expect? Like every time we start Zinni, this happens. So
on one person, we're blaming it. The season.
No, I'm not. I'm not blaming the season on one person. I just said the Fulham match is why we're going to lose the Premier League if they don't drop points. Which now I believe that some points are still there to be dropped. I personally think that some points are going to be dropped somewhere.
Talk about it. Which one? Where? Talk about it.
Listen, I have 2 Avengers left that I'm calling up to the
Who are the Avengers? Spurs.
I'm not.
It's a London thing. It's
I'm
a
not.
London thing.
Listen, it's not over till it's over, and it's not over till the final day when all the matches are concluded. And if all the matches are concluded, and City are on 92 points, and we happen to be on 91 points,
91-90,
whatever. Yeah, 91-90 or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, so be it. This team went undefeated for 20 plus something matches. Fine. They have it, bro. They got it. I can't take anything away from that. They got it.
Will you be satisfied with this season?
No.
I have a question for Arsenal. So you said like you felt like the Fulham matches is what lost it, and I understand that, but I think one question I have is that like the Arsenal United game, the City Arsenal game, the Liverpool Arsenal game, all of those were pretty conservative in my opinion from how it was being played. Like when Arsenal is going, they're scoring 4 or 5 goals this season, and so my question is, do you feel like there was like in the United game, like there were so many times where I was myself like, why is that not going in? How are you not finishing that? How are you not breaking down this United team that is literal butt at this point?
That's good D.
Like,
Good D. What you mean?
For Arsenal,
He
like
said literally, but
they just butt. It's just like for Arsenal, I just want to know, like in these kind of big 6 games, because do you feel like y'all that they should have played more aggressive, more like more aggressive in those matches? And do you feel like specifically with your strikers, because y'all goals come from a lot of different places, but your strikers tend to be a little bit I don't think score as much. I could be wrong there, but yeah, I just like want to know about that. What do you feel about those games? Do you feel like they should have been more aggressive when they're chasing for this?
I'm gonna go back to your first thing about the United game. I think personally, because I didn't get to speak about my team since people want to just skip over. Anyway, I think this United match was probably one of the worst matches we played all year. Top to bottom, we didn't look up for it at all. And Cornelius talks about I was nervy all match. Yes, I was nervy all match. We looked bad. We didn't play well. We looked bad in both halves. Like both halves were extremely poor. So yes, when we're up 1-0 at Old Trafford, yes, they're not who they used to be. Yes, they're not having a great season, but this is still a team that is known for smash and grabs, known for grabbing a point from nothing when team makes a mistake, whatever the case may be. That's what they're known for. So yeah, I was nervous because why are we only up 1-0? Why are we playing this bad? Why is everything so sloppy? 100%. I didn't feel comfortable during that match, and to get out 1-0, I was like, professional win. We just move. Get that out of your head. We handle business. Great, move. So that's how I felt about the United game. I just think we played extremely poorly, and I don't think there was one really outstanding performance. And I know everyone says, Saliba's man of the match. He did this, he did that. Great. Look at Saliba in the first half. Look at him bobbing the ball over the place. Doing that. Saliba didn't have a great match to me. The whole team played
that
poorly.
one stick at the end of the match. Everybody,
and everyone was and yes, he did his job defensively, but bro, everyone played poor. So I don't want to really even go too much into the United match. We handled business. We got our goal, which we really did need, and we do what we have to do to try to win a title. That's something we haven't done in over 20 plus years. So that's how I feel about that. Now, about your sentiments about us playing conservative against the Big 6 and all of this other nonsense that you were spewing just 5 minutes ago. You're talking to a team that has gone undefeated against the top 6 completely this year, first and foremost. So let's be real. Secondly, when you're talking about, you feel like you're playing conservative against these teams, you have to put respect where respect is due. You're playing against a Liverpool team that's a good team. They're a very good side. Why wouldn't we play a little bit more defensive? We're playing against a City. Why wouldn't we play a little bit more defensive and make sure we're locked up, defensively? Now against Chelsea and Tottenham, I don't think we played that way because I think we're just better than those teams, and we showed that on the pitch. And the one time that they drew Chelsea, they played well. They caught us literally off guard, and we were lucky to get back into that game and draw 2-2. And we keep it a whole back. I'm keeping it a whole buck. And we could have lost, but we didn't. So when you say we played conservatively, no, we didn't. How do we play conservatively when out of all the matches with the top 6, we had 4 draws and 6 wins? How is that conservative?
That Anfield one. Wait, let's put an asterisk on that Anfield one.
4 draws and no, hold on though. 4 draws, 6 wins. We beat you. We drew you away. And beat you at home.
Hey, we didn't have KDB. Okay.
Listen, we didn't have players either. I think we had to start Zinchenko. So I just like and we talk about being conservative. Why wouldn't we play conservative when we're playing Man City? But we don't want to talk about yourself when you also started 4 defenders and 2 DMs. and we started 4 defenders and 2 DMs. We matched the same energy.
It was
back to lineups. You can go back to lineups. You can go back to these things. You can go back to that and this and the third. But at the end of the day, we're going to match energy, and we're going to show respect where respect is due. We go to Anfield. Anfield is one of the hardest places to play in the world. So what do? We're going to make sure we're locked up defensively, and offensively, we'll take care of business like we've always done. Against City, we have to show respect is due. You guys did the treble last year. The treble last year. So why wouldn't we make sure we're secure defensively? Against other teams, why wouldn't we make sure we're just secure defensively? Just like you made sure you're just secure defensively as well, because on our team we have shooters, we have hitters just like you. So when you talk about being conservative in certain matches, no, I don't think we're conservative in any of the big 6 matches outside of the ones that we played at Anfield and at City. The match against United this past week was just we played poor. If you actually watch the match, we played terribly. Actually, terribly. I think one of our worst games this entire season. This is despite the 4 losses. So conservative? No, I don't think it was conservative. To answer your question, respectfully.
But so my thing is like, okay, I hear you on that, but like, so y'all top scorer is right now Saka, right? Saka's like the top scorer, and after that is Trossard. And I think there's Kai Havertz with his resurgence and everything. Where, like, what do you feel like?
Don't bring up Jesus.
No, I'm not.
Okay,
what do you
I was about to give you my okay.
What do you feel like is the position that Arsenal? Because right now, I mean, they 27 wins is a great year for anyone.
Yeah.
What is
club
the
history?
Most? Yeah, exactly. More than the Invincibles, and that says a lot. And so, like, what do you feel like is a position that really needs to be improved to get y'all over that?
We need a 9. We need an out 9. That is it.
Who do you want?
I want Isak. I want Isak. Give me Isak or give me Victor. Give me Victor. Give me Isak. Those are the only 2 strikers that I want to see on my team next year. Those are the only 2 strikers I want to see. Isak will literally unlock our entire team.
Are you talking about Guyorkes or whatever his name is?
Yes, Victor Guyorkes. Yes, 100%. Something like that. But listen, that's all. This is all you need to know. This is all you need to know.
I won't have it. Y'all doing that next year.
If this is in the Emirates next season, it's up for everyone. So no, like Kai Havertz has been doing his thing. 12 non-penalty goals this year. Great season. Everyone thought he would come here and flop. Everyone thought he would come here and why'd you buy him for this much and that much? He's coming here. He's done us a service. He's done extremely well his first season in Arsenal. I have nothing bad to say about Kai Havertz. I thought he would do well. He has done well. But do I think he's our best option at 9? No. Do I think that he should be our starting 9 moving forward? No, I don't think so. I think that for us to reach a point where, and I've been saying this all year, if we want to get to where City's at, we have to match City's energy. We have to match it. If City goes and gets a world-class striker, we need to go get a world-class striker. If we want to have match City, we need to have defenders who can move all around the back line, who pretty much center backs who can play left back. This is what we're doing at this point.
But y'all like your own team though. Like y'all
we're our own team. We're our own team. We have a different style of football.
I hear what you're saying, like in terms of like we gotta make sure that like we're closing the gap, or at least like we're matching like moves.
But I think this year
you guys are such a good team though. Like I don't even think going forward, like it's not even because if the season ends the way that like the season ends this way, even if you guys finish second, you are still one of the best teams.
I think they were the best team in the Prem this year. Even if City
I hear you in terms of and I can agree with that.
But I understand where he's at too. They don't win the league. Are they the best team?
Is it going to win me a title though? No, that's what I'm saying. And to my point, we have, and I'll continue to harp on this until he gets better, because we always talk about players who, we always talk about players when they're not playing well in the second and third. I don't hold anybody, to a different type of standard. I don't move goalposts. I have my supposed starting 9 who has the same amount of goals as my current starting center back. I have Kai Havertz, who's supposed to be our Xhaka, who had to go into the 9 role. And yes, he has 12 goals or maybe 13 goals this year, but still that is not good enough. I have 2 players pretty much splitting 16 to 17 goals as a 9. When We have one player in Holland who has 18 by himself. So, and that's the difference. That's the difference right there. If we have an Isak on our team who's guaranteed to score 16 plus goals a year, 15 plus goals a year, that is the difference. We don't lose 2-0 against Fulham at home. We don't lose 2-0 against Aston Villa away. Or not Aston Villa, or against Aston Villa. There's a different threat when we have an all in all 9. There's a different type of mentality. There's a different type of threat. There's a different type of team. We don't have a 9, and that is what we are missing. We have every other piece. Our left back just so happened to get injured this year. We had to start Zinni for.
I got a question about that. I saw the little PR Arsenal put out when Jurgen Timber scored in like a U20 whatever game. Would he? No, it was cute. Right, it was cute.
It was cute.
Do you actually think he would have changed your season? Like
100%, 1000%. Because guess what, Zion? If Timber doesn't lose or doesn't tear his ACL, we don't have to start Zinchenko. And the reason that we brought Timber in a year after bringing in Zinchenko, want to know why? Is because Zinni had one of the biggest parts in us losing the title last year when he let Trent Alexander-Arnold nutmeg him and go assist to get a goal.
He tried his best.
That shit was nice though.
And that's great. You can try your best, but your best is not going to win us titles.
It's not good enough.
And then again this year, earlier in the pod, when we played Aston Villa, I said if Zinchenko scores or if Zinchenko starts, Leon Bailey will score. I literally guaranteed. I said, put in your bets. If Zinni starts, just put in a bet that Leon Bailey will score. And guess what happened? He got dragged from half all the way to our goal just to get scored on. Yeah. So when it comes to these type of moments and these type of players, we always have the discussion about Reece James and Trent and this and the third. And Cornelius up until the season, all the injuries and stuff, there was a big conversation. Who's the best right back? Is it Reece James? Is it Trent? This and the third, right? And personally, I will always pick Reece James. You want to know why? Because at the end of the day, a defender's job is to defend. Guardiola, for a perfect example, yes, he's been scoring goals, doing this, doing that. But guess what? If he does not defend, if he doesn't defend, it's a massive problem, an issue. I have a player in Zinchenko. Yes, you're great on the ball. Yes, when you tuck in the midfield and you're able to, you're able to break lines. But what is your job? Where do you play? You are in our back four. You are a defender. So when you are called upon to do your job and you cannot do your job, it's a problem. And that's why you were replaced.
It was a poor sign.
So Timber, yes, he does. He's a defender at heart. Now, yes, can he tuck in? 100%. Can Ben White tuck in? 100%. Can Tomiyasu tuck in? 100%. But the difference between Tomiyasu and Ben White and Kivior and Timber is all those four men them defend. They can lock up a winger. Zinni, bro, I'm beating Zinni. Men here are beating Zinni 1v1, fam.
Hey, 1v1, I'm beating Zinni. I'm dropping my.
I like my.
I like, bro. It's favorable. It's very favorable, and this is the reason why we went on a downfall last year, because of pivotal moments like that. Do I think Kivior is making decisions like that or getting beat like that in pivotal moment? No. Timber, no. Ben White, no. Tomiyasu, no. None of these guys are getting beat. Tomiyasu is locking up one of your favorite wingers. Yes. Ben White on the other side is locking up one of your favorite wingers.
Yeah.
When we don't have a guy defensively who's going to be sound, like you guys have, you could put Ake on left back. You could put Vardy on left back. You can shut up. But
I agree. But
that's the thing.
My question is, you saying all that, you compliment my team, but Cornelius just told me Arsenal is the best team in the league.
No, we are the best team in the league.
Cornelius, what are you saying?
But like I said,
you just named 5 men on my team that can fill one position on your team.
No. Relax. No, I did not. Now you're twisting words. Now you're twisting words. I said Zinchenko when we had to start. Your question was, does Timber make that much of a difference?
I understand. Yeah,
the short answer is yes, because when we don't have a defender that truly defends, we get beat. and our whole right side. The first half of the season, I always said our whole right side is open. So if you want to score against us, it's going to come from the right side. It will always come from the right side. And honestly, out of the maybe 30 goals that have been scored against us, I guarantee you half of those goals have come from the right side.
All right, so give me a quick 30-second burn. I want you to go off. Why is Arsenal better than Man City? Just go off.
This is a snippet right here.
All right, but I think player for player, we're better than you.
Let's
go play for player.
Seconds. No,
let's go play for player.
Keep going.
Let's go play for player.
I said I think they're a better team, and
I
will tell you. Pause.
Let my man.
I'll tell you. I will tell.
Cornelius, let him go. Cornelius, let him go. Let us hear this.
No. I personally think player for player, we're better than you. I think collectively as a team, we're better than you. I think defensively, we're better than you, and I wouldn't say offensively, but defensively and player for player and the way this is the football that we play, we're better than you.
Wait, why now offensively?
Because I think offensively they have more power than us because they have a 9. If we had a 9, if we had Isak, we had Martinelli or Trossard, and we have Saka. I think 3 for 3, we're beating them out.
I will give you 2 reasons why this year I think Arsenal is better than City. 1, Kevin De Bruyne was out for the majority of the year. That is your best player. And when he's not there, I know you guys have superstars everywhere, but you need Kevin. It's clear. 2, defensively, they're better than you. And I said this year, Arsenal has been the best player, the best team. Y'all can disagree with me if you want. You can say whatever you want to say. This year, I've said it all year. Arsenal has been the most consistent. They've been the best team. Kevin wasn't there, and defensively, they're better than you. Those are my reasons. All those other things he was saying, I don't agree with. The other things he was saying, I do not agree with.
I'm going to say something real quick. Defensively, I completely agree. Y'all are better than us.
We've been leaking.
My defenders are midfielders and strikers. It's kind of.
So are mine.
But that doesn't mean anything.
The midfielders and strikers. Wait, what are you talking about?
What are you saying? Like that means nothing to me. I don't.
It's kind of a little bit different, but not. It's okay. But if we say
how is it different?
Player for player, I'm not going with Arsenal's.
If we look at the stats, my defenders are touching the ball more than your defenders. My defenders are right outside the box, passing around.
How many goals does Ruben Diaz have this year?
Huh?
How many goals does Ruben Diaz have this year?
No, he's talking about touches. I don't think he's talking about goals. He's just talking about just touches.
Oh, but my defenders are strikers and midfielders. But how many goals do you have this year?
My defenders are midfielders.
How many goals do you have this year?
Huh?
How many goals?
If I looked at it right now, halfway through the year, Ake had more goals than Kai Havertz.
Kai Havertz wasn't playing striker.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. If I look at it, that's what I'm saying.
Kai Havertz wasn't playing striker.
Defensively, you got me, but player by player, like if we can go, Foden or Saka this year. Tell me honestly.
They don't play the same position.
Wow.
They don't play the same position. I'm taking Saka every time.
But can we
guess who starts for England?
They do.
Go player for player.
They do.
They don't play the same. Right now, they don't play the play position. And hey, who starts in England? Who sits on the bench? All right.
We know Gareth Southgate be selling, bro. We know Gareth Southgate be selling.
That should answer your question.
Wait, so you're saying
when they're on the same team, who starts, Zion? Tell me who starts. No, answer my question. Answer my question.
Hey,
answer my question. When they both start on the
they don't play the same position.
Yeah. When they both play on the same team, who starts and who sits on the bench?
They don't play on the same position.
That was Southgate. That was Southgate. We got Northgate.
All right.
Hold up. Time out. I just wanted to be understood. Foden has more goals than Saka, and none of them are penalties. That alone says a lot about him.
Y'all know how
I'm not going. I can agree with the statement that this year, that Arsenal has been a better team, but player for player is wild. That is a
player for player is wild.
Just because like. When you look at our players, you got Haaland versus Jesus, easy. You got what is it called?
If you want to say that.
No, let's start from the back. Keepers.
From the back.
Keepers.
We can start from keepers.
Hey, Golden Glove winner.
Raya or
Golden Glove winner. So
Ederson.
Golden Glove winner. But
Golden
I just
Glove
want y'all to
winner.
remember what y'all said to me
Golden Glove winner.
The Golden Glove winner doesn't mean anything. That's what you
Golden-
guys told me. That's what you guys told me.
Hey,
last
I'll say
year.
Ederson, but let's give it to Raya. Okay, right back.
We got Raya. So I got one for Raya. Okay, let's go right back.
Okay.
Walker or what you got?
Yeah,
Ben
Walker. That's it. We can
Ben
stop
White.
there.
Walker,
We can stop
You
at
got-
Walker.
You got. I say Kyle Walker is the best right back, but
Kyle
Benny's
Walker.
right behind
This
him. I'm
is
saying that right
Arsenal.
after.
All right,
Okay.
right center back, Ruben Diaz.
No,
Yeah.
No. I'm
Saliba.
saying I'm saying against who's your right? Is it who plays on the right?
I'm taking Saliba 10 times out of 10, fam.
Okay, no, I'll give for this year. I'll give it to them.
Okay.
He has been kind of.
I would give
Has
it.
two, Nick.
I'd give it
Has
to
2
both of
years.
them. I'd probably give it to
Bro,
both. of them.
Ruben Diaz had a
Okay.
crazy CL run.
Arsenal have the best center back pairing. I think we could just.
Center backs, you're
they have
done
the
for.
most
Just let it
synergy.
go.
They have the most synergy.
Who's your other one?
Gabriel.
No. Theirs.
Ake or Akanji, either one, or Stones.
I'm taking Gabriel over all of them.
Stones didn't play all year, so it'd have to be Ake or Kanji.
I'm talking.
Wow,
I'm taking Gabriel.
this year, but I'll give you the
Akanji's
center
been
back.
amazing.
It's all good. It's all good. I think
give
we
it
can all agree that left back goes to City, though.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay,
I don't
back.
have a problem with that. Go ahead.
Let's
All right,
start
here we go.
Let's start in the
We got
midfield.
Rodri
versus
versus
Rice.
GM Declan
Rice.
Rice versus Rodri.
I'm throwing out my Rice. It's Rodri. I'm throwing out my Rice.
And by
The Rice is not
Spaghetti.
Rice.
Spaghetti.
Rodri.
Rice.
Wait, what about
Rodri.
y'all? Chelsea fans. You be the
Rice.
the rest of y'all be the
No.
splitters.
Nah, I think Rodri.
Because if it were me, I'd say Rodri.
I'd probably
Okay, so we can have y'all be a split.
But
You know,
it
They
like-
haven't lost the
Because
game
Rice
with
has
man
been-
starting.
But Rice has been great.
That's
Rice-
such a lie. Oh my! I'm so tired of this lie. I'm
In
so
the
tired
Prem,
of
in
this
the
lie.
Prem.
I'm
In the
so
Prem.
tired of this
Regular
lie.
time.
In the
Oh my
Prem.
gosh, this
Not
is
all
ridiculous.
competition.
Yeah, no,
Continue,
we
continue,
gotta spout
continue.
facts on here. That's not true.
Irregular extra time.
Not
What is
true,
it?
but-
In extra
See?
time. No penalty.
Oh my gosh.
This how City's fans sway the media. Y'all cap.
Okay,
That's
let's
not-
go to the
Hey,
next
listen,
one.
Keep going.
But
keep
but
going.
it is
the rules.
Rodri. If we're doing Rodri or Rice, it's Rodri.
Okay.
All right,
Who's
Rice. So go ahead.
Okay. So
I
we
said
got
Bernardo Silva versus who y'all got in midfield.
Odegaard? Come on, man.
Please
Yeah.
name a name.
Bernardo.
Damn, really? I would throw KDB out for Odegaard. Damn, you sent
But
Bernardo.
he didn't
No,
play
because
all year.
I'm
Because
doing
he
a
didn't
give me
play all
because
year.
KDB
So for
KDB
me,
didn't play all
We're
year.
talking Kevin.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Off the past, we're talking this year. I'm talking specifically this year.
even
Okay.
though
He
Kevin
sprayed
De
a lot,
Bruyne
though.
joined, even though Kevin De Bruyne joined at the halfway mark, and he's one off from being the second highest assist maker. I'm just
I agree, bro. I agree. But
Crazy.
for
Okay,
this
so
year, I'm talking
who is it?
specifically
Hey,
this
what's
year.
the count at right now?
3-3.
3-3. So we're going over who's Bernardo Silva against.
Y'all gotta hurry up.
Jorginho or Partey?
I gotta
It's
go.
either one of them.
yeah.
Okay.
And then when it comes
What?
to Odegaard and KDB, it's definitely
Yeah.
KDB.
Okay, that's two more. Okay, let's
We
keep
can
going.
then go into what is it called? Who is it? I mean, do
Uyghurs?
we want to put Foden in the midfield or we want to put
No.
Kovacic in the midfield? Which one is it?
Okay. See, this is my thing though. Y'all keep swapping players, bro.
Yeah.
What is your
Yeah,
starting?
that was
What is your starting
definitely-
lineup this
the
year? What has been your
starting lineup.
most consistent starting lineup this year?
Where's he usually at?
Foden
Foden has been
starting
in the
on right
middle.
wing.
Okay,
Oh,
so
in the middle.
let's put him in the middle.
Yeah,
He's been in the
because
middle
KDB 's
most of the year.
Yes,
Let's
he's
be
been injured.
real.
He's been injured
In the
most
middle
of the
most of the year.
Yeah.
So him and Odegaard. What did we say?
I'm
Odegaard.
taking Odegaard as a 10. I'm
Okay.
sorry. As
No.
a 10? 10,000.
Over KDB. Over KDB.
No, I didn't
No,
say
he said
KDB.
over
Over
Foden.
Foden.
Oh,
10
Foden's had a better
Foden
season.
are-
Foden's had a better season.
Odegaard
than-
over
Y'all know how I feel about Philly.
Y'all got it.
Please,
Y'all
hey,
got it.
please
Y'all
put this
got
as
it.
a
Y'all got
question.
it.
Please put this
Y'all
as a
got it.
question.
No, y'all got it. Y'all
Put
got
this
it.
as a question. I need
Y'all
to
got it.
see.
I always said
Y'all got it.
I
It's close,
think
but y'all got
player
it.
for
Y'all got
player
it.
is City, but as a squad this year, Arsenal's been the most consistent. They've been the best team.
100%.
To me,
I can
to me.
Okay.
But
Most
that's why I said
consistent,
player
I'll
for
give you
player.
that.
Most consistent, I'll give it to you. I don't think
Yeah,
it's
I don't
and
think
the
they've been
best as a
game.
team overall. Yes, Arsenal.
That's a good one.
Style, I mean, it's a good. It's a
but,
good
but we
argument.
won the player by player, right?
For sure. I think City
Yeah.
wins player for player. You're just going position by position.
Hey, I'll take it. Arsenal's most consistent, and
Yeah.
most
And that's why we are where we at right now.
and most
They're
consistent.
cohesive
second
team.
place.
I mean, I would say it's pretty even though, because when you look at the front three, though, Saka is definitely in there. Haaland wins, and then what? The last one, I guess you would do
Doku or Grealish.
Doku.
And Trossard has better numbers than all of them.
Yeah,
I'd probably take
Trossard's winning that.
Hey,
for sure.
hey, don't hate me. I'm taking Silva over Saka. I'm sorry.
Oh wow. Okay.
Get me off the pod.
It's not a hot take though.
That's a
It's not
That's what play everywhere.
Hot take.
Bernardo Silva as a player and Saka as it's.
Give me off
I don't
the
think
pod,
it's
y'all.
that close with those.
Let me off the
Bernardo
pod,
Silva's
y'all.
like
Ronaldo is definitely
27,
the better
bro.
player.
Ronaldo's
like
He's a better
27.
player.
I'd love to you because you have more of a sample size because he's been playing. He's 33 years old. This kid is 22. Has a team on his back. Stop it.
I'm talking about this season. I'm talking about
This season. Saka's still better. Saka's still better.
This season, I'd probably give it to Saka. Numbers wise, Saka. Numbers wise, Saka.
Hey, you have to watch through the eye of Pep to really see what he's doing.
Oh, here we go to meat sucking.
Yeah.
Get me off the pod.
Look at him.
Here go to meat
That's
sucking.
the new one. I'm not.
Here go to meat sucking.
All
Bro,
right,
get me
all
off the pod.
Well, let's
I'm
get into predictions, man.
I'm gonna stop,
Yeah.
but really, can you put as a question Odegaard versus what do you say? Odegaard versus Foden. I want to see what the people have to say.
Bro,
That's
that's
fair.
Odegaard versus
Go ahead.
Foden.
We'll let the people
Go ahead.
decide.
Go ahead.
That was a good one. But let's
Give me
get
a
into
snippet.
predictions. You guys,
Arsenal
Really
4-0 at Everton. Arsenal 4-0 at Everton.
last day of the
Wrap
season.
it up. Last day. Wrap it up. Whatever happens, happens.
Where's the game?
Fuck your shit.
At Everton?
It's at
No,
Everton.
no, it's at Arsenal. It's at Arsenal. Sorry.
It's at
It's at
Emirates.
No way.
It's at
Very
Emirates.
good.
Emirates.
Stand on business.
4-0. I gotta go. I'm tired of hearing the nonsense. But I actually do have to go there. But I love y'all.
All right.
City, y'all some hoes. I'm not rocking this at all. And Zion, I'm not seeing you until after the season. So
Hey,
don't
Except
talk
pack
to me
your
about
bag.
it.
You need a suitcase?
Don't. Hey, when y'all drop points, though, expect my call. That's it.
Hey, you know where I'm at, bro.
All right, I know exactly where you at, gang.
I'm at Ivy. I'm on West 25th.
Yeah.
I'm at Brightside. I'm at
I'm gonna
First
see y'all boys, man.
All right, bro.
All right, bro.
Gabriel said 4-0. Gabriel said 4-0. I want to save you guys' last Solo and Zion. But Chelsea, who do you guys play?
Deservy.
Oh, you play your
Hype man. We see hype man.
the parent club. The parent club. You guys
Chelsea's feeder
Yeah.
club, yo.
the feeder club.
Yeah, Parent Club is crazy. Don't put respect on our name, bro. The Parent Club.
No, I mean, I guess you guys are the
Parent Club. Yeah. We are the parents.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
I suppose.
2-1.
We see Brighton away midweek on Wednesday.
Mhm.
I think we take care of business. I think that'll be a 3-1 type thing. And then end of the year, we see Sheffield, I believe.
No, Bournemouth.
Oh, it is Bournemouth. It is
Yeah,
Bournemouth.
at home. You know how we've been doing at home lately, so I think we should be good at home.
I think it's another 2-0.
We're winning out. I'm convinced, man. We're winning.
We went out. I already said, like, if Spurs drop anything, it's a wrap.
It's
a wrap.
Okay.
What about you, Mr. United?
It's favorable.
We're back at I feel you. Why always me? Why is it always me in these situations? But we played Newcastle at home. Hopefully it's not raining. Because that would be
Amrabat.
yeah, Amrabat. No, but I think more or less it's going to be the same as the Arsenal game, especially if we don't get that many players back. Some of them, I'll come out and say it, I think they're faking. But I think we'll get points at Old Trafford. Maybe one, just one. And then on the last day of the season, we're away from home. And we play Brighton.
Brighton, Munich.
Yeah. It's funny. It's fitting that we play them the last game of the season. They were one of our first games of the season. They completely destroyed us. So to end with them is interesting. But I think we lose that game away from home. Hopefully we see some youth players. But unfortunately, going to end the season on a loss. But I'm calling it GRG versus Newcastle.
This man, you got like 5 GRGs this season.
Yeah, but I have nothing to lose.
Yeah,
I have nothing to lose. And we're fighting for a trophy soon, so hopefully, I mean, we'll be back before then. But let's get to the big game. The big game of the week, obviously, is tomorrow. This will be a snippet for sure. Coming out tonight, Zion Solo. How do y'all feel going into the Spurs game?
I am super, excuse my language, fucking confident. These boys have not been playing. I don't know what they're doing over at Tottenham. What's that, London Stadium?
Oh, you changed kits. I didn't even think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a third one.
Yeah, that's the third one.
Okay.
He's had 3 kits on.
No respect for my brother. But all I gotta say, them boys coming out to play, them boys gonna be hungry. It's gonna be either 3-1 or 4-0. And I say that with extreme confidence. You know what's going to happen? We're going to do our little slip-up thing. They're going to score a little 1 goal at like the 20th minute. Everyone's going to blow up my phone like, oh, Zion is looking crazy. It's looking crazy. And then, pow, you get a Vardio. And then, pow, you get a Holland. And then, pow, you get a Doku. And then, pow, you get a Grealish. And that's not even all the mandem. You know what I'm saying? So I'm so confident. I'm going to be at the pub. I'm going to be yelling. There's be some Tottenham fans there. I really think it's going to be, Cornelius told me, and Solo agreed with him, City hasn't been the best team. I think tomorrow, with the history we've had away at Tottenham, I think we go there and we show who we really are. And then they're going to come away with excuses and say, oh, Tottenham wasn't really playing for anything. Oh, they were chilling. Oh,
you know how they be. And
it's fine, but I'm gonna let Solo. And then West Ham, we taking care of business too. I think that's gonna be a pound and 4-0.
Pound balls.
Oh yeah. Hey, no Diddy, no Drizzy. Not like us. Hey, Solo, take it away.
Yeah, I think I think it's gonna be a crazy game tomorrow. I think it's gonna be a classic 5-3. I think it's gonna be just a wild game to watch. Everybody just going back and forth for a minute. And I do think it's going to be Holland that shows up because he was a little quiet this past one. And I think our last game one of our games with Tottenham went 4-4. It was crazy, or something like that. And so we tend to go goal for goal with them. But I think we're gonna overtake. We're gonna overtake.
Yeah, another one.
And I think that the thing I'm most looking forward to seeing is just the tears, because every time around this time of the year is when people come out and say we can't compete with City is this, City is that. But when we be when we taking our slow start to the year, that's been typical for us. There's all these things about like it's nothing, it's all that, whatever. But you don't know Man City. I don't want to do that Chief Keef rant, but I don't got the things in my head.
First they're gonna say 115.
Then
they're gonna talk about how much we spent on Doku, how much we spent on Vardio, how much we spent on Grealish.
Saka over Foden is criminal.
Yeah. It is.
You should have seen that.
I should have got your boy, man.
And I think with the West Ham game, I think that Paqueta is about to, I think Paqueta has already put a bet down.
Secret agent.
He's trying to get his. He already has City winning the title, I'm sure, and he's trying to make sure that he how wild that would be. He's trying to get signed by City, and then he decides to go crazy on us. Nah, bro. I think he's gonna.
The West Ham game is the one that scares me. I feel like you guys will win tomorrow, but the West Ham one, for some reason, I just feel as if I don't know, man. That one just has.
If Arsenal beat them 6-0, I don't see us.
But you did another jersey change. You're amazing.
That was quick. Yeah, bro. I'm looking at the screen. How do you change? How are you changing? Oh man. Okay. That's a good one, man. Before we get out of here, shout outs. You guys have any shout outs?
I got
shout out to my captain, man.
Who is that?
That boy Reese.
Oh, I think you're
best right back in the league.
Sterling.
He was sure.
BBL.
BBL Sterling. Hey,
That's
That
crazy.
was crazy.
Yeah,
That had me
That was
dying.
nuts.
Hey, I gotta give a quick shout out. Shout out to all of y'all for letting me on the pod.
for
Oh,
sure.
for sure, man.
Ridiculousness. Hope you guys had fun with me. Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Diddy. Oh, my bad.
That OVO.
Hey, hope y'all had fun. But
Yeah.
honestly, also shout out to Rodri. He didn't get nominated for Player of the Year, and I think Rodri's just one of those players. Like he was sneaking some goals at some point this season, and we were hoping it was going to trend. There's this big report that came out. If he scored like 10 goals or something, everyone had to tuck their shirt.
Yo, Gritty, damn.
Hey, why always me? Why always me? Why always me?
Damn, pause.
No, they said we don't. They said
Yeah.
since whatever year I had this show. I've been rocking with these niggas. I can't even fit this shit anymore, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, I was just
Yo, that's
saying,
hilarious.
Rodri is the type of player where you got to watch the games and really see it. You know, like he's not going to be snazzy about it, and I just hate that he got snubbed. But yeah, shout out to him.
Shout out to whoever is the person that's recording Klopp's documentary for his final season, because that is, listen, man, I haven't seen a team like I don't know what's going on with Liverpool right now. I don't know what happened, because they were in the number one spot for I think the second longest or the longest for this season in terms of weeks and stuff. So crazy to see them fall like this. But yeah, whoever's doing that documentary, I know they over there. That's a wild place to be.
The most disappointing story of the season, in my opinion.
Absolutely. But real shout out to Gvardiol though. He's showing out. He's showing why we got him.
Yeah, I'll echo Mike. Shout out seeing Reece James play. Shout out my captain, man. I don't know, man. He's been my favorite player for a little bit now, and it's sad to see him not on the pitch. So whenever he's there, I get a little bit happier. But my big shout out, my big shout out, them boys over at Leverkusen, man. Officially 49 unbeaten. They are the title holders.
They hit 50. They hit 50.
Oh yeah, well now they hit 50. Yeah, now it's shit. They play so many games. Yeah, man. 50 unbeaten, you know. Potentially Europa Cup winner, already their League Cup winner. If they go undefeated in Europe and domestically in Germany, I told Gabriel, man, we got to talk about this. This may be the best season of all time.
For who?
All time. I mean, to knock off Bayern, who's won 11 in a row, and then to also win in Europe, undefeated in both campaigns. Dog, that's for me, that's the best season of all time.
For
I
who?
know,
and invincible too,
because Invincible's in 2 leagues.
Invincible and a treble will be
2 competitions, really.
Yeah, you saying of like in Europe ever?
I'm
in
talking
Europe and in the league
all time, bro.
It's up there. It's in the top 3.
I'm saying, okay, sure, maybe I'm gassing it. Maybe I'm gassing.
I know you're not.
They haven't done it yet. So I'll let that also.
It'll be better for sure than Arsenal's.
Arsenal.
Come on, let's be real. Yeah, it'll be better than this. They're in 3 finals.
They dethroned Bayern, bro. They dethroned Bayern.
I love the gas, but I ain't gonna lie. I haven't watched one game. I tune in the 90th minute.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
That's all you need to do for real.
I don't really know. Like, and what I see is amazing, but I don't really know, what it's meant to, the best team. Maybe I have to go back and watch a documentary and watch the game.
Nah. Listen, man, they need to bring Frimpong come back to City. He's a City academy. We let him go.
He don't like that.
Devastated. I know. I'm like, I need him to
100 bags, 100 bags. That's what
I pay it. He got 11 bags.
Hey,
just add it to the rest of the 115.
116 charges. I'll take it.
Bring him home.
He said, "What's 117?" We got 116.
He said 10-17 brick squad.
Yeah,
run it up.
Nah, Frimpong has like a 45, like a very small release clause, like a very
anyone that's not trying to get him this year is crazy. Like
so, he's definitely gonna be.
Yeah, I know this is over, but quick, who's gonna leave for sure on Bayer Leverkusen? Or I think CBS Sports calls them never losing, which is Crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would say on Leverkusen, who's leaving? I think
Yeah. Verts is definitely leaving.
No, he said he's staying. He said he's staying. one year.
He's staying.
He
It's
said
gonna
he's
be
like-
it's gonna be one of the African guys, man. It's gonna be
Boniface.
Boniface or it's gonna be Frimpong. You know how we are, man. You know how we are.
Secure the bag, man.
Bag
They
early.
have to.
That
I
Chelsea
think
one.
Frimpong and him.
What also makes the Leverkusen like situation crazy is that they are the team that has gotten the closest to winning the Bundesliga the most times and not won it. They went from never winning and being known for always losing to never losing. That's crazy.
Or another Arsenal, huh?
Yeah.
They made it to the Champions League final, right? And they lost, I think.
They made so many finals and now they're here. And I'm like, yo, that's
Yeah, they've made a lot of German finals. I remember that. Just because it's usually Bayern playing them. Or
Yep.
Dortmund.
Yeah.
Look,
Well, hopefully they enjoy this season because
All right.
it's all right. Nah, but my shout out is Johnny Evans, of course. Playing through the injury, makes himself available. We shouldn't be relying on him, but here we are. At least he's not faking. But yeah, man.
Just said you should have started Kambuala.
Well, he's hurt too.
yeah.
He just came back from an injury after he I don't know, after he sold that one time in the first game. I don't know. You remember when he slipped? His groin has never been the same ever since that slip. So
Hey, why didn't you play McTominay at center back though?
I wouldn't.
Ask Baldy.
I wouldn't. I would not. I think he does it for a reason.
How many hags are you guys on now?
I'm 10. I'm 10 toes down.
Nah, you should be minus 4.
5 plus 5.
Minus 4. Nah, I'm still.
You're still 10 hag, bro.
Hey, he was looking fresh in that tan suit the other day though.
I liked it. It was different. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a poor choice though, considering that tan. If you get rained on and tan, it's very easy to see. So I just felt
Wrong decisions left and right.
Yeah,
Everywhere.
Yeah, he should have wore a poncho. And, I don't know. It's the rain gear. But nah, man, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Solo Zion, appreciate you guys for hopping on, man. You guys are more than welcome. Obviously, whatever you guys want to. And Young Trini, man, appreciate you.
Zero
hogs. I don't know, bro. Maybe you should come on next week, bro. Maybe at the end of this season.
We need you on. We need you on.
We should do like one big just
come talk your talk, man.
I need someone to talk some shit to
Yeah, I get it. It's okay. Our time is next year, though. But appreciate everybody for tuning in. As
It's always next year.
Good luck to